Hi everyone, this is Emmy. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this Father Christmas figure that you could also use as a Christmas tree topper because I made it on a cone. So let's get started. I'll show you how to make a no-fail cone. So first I've just got a ballpoint pen here and a piece of yarn. I'm just going to wind the yarn around my ballpoint pen. I'm just going to hold the yarn right there in the corner and then make my half circle. Cut that out and then you'll roll it into a cone and then you can staple it closed. If you want a fat cone, leave it wider, and if you want a narrow cone, you can see that I overlapped it in here, and you can make these any size. So the first thing I'm going to do is make the coat. I'm working with worsted weight yarn and a 6mm crochet hook. You're going to start with a chain. To make a chain, you simply pick up the yarn with the hook and pull it through. And you're going to make your chain as long as the cone. And then you will single crochet in the second stitch from the hook and in each stitch across the chain. Like that. Like that. And I'm going to keep working. So I'm working in the ribbing stitch. I'm going to chain one and turn, and then I'm going to work only in the back side of the stitch, and I'm going to single crochet in each stitch all the way across the row. And that's what that looks like. So you can see that that's how I worked this entire piece. And at the end of this row, you're just going to repeat this row again, chain one and turn, working only in the back side of the stitch, single crochet in each stitch across the row. And I just worked until I had a section that was long enough to wrap around the cone, and it's as tall as the cone. So that's the coat. And this is the sleeves. I chained 10. I worked 10 rows. So there's my 2 sleeves. And then this is for the mittens. And I have 2 mittens, so I chained 7 for the mittens, and I worked 4 rows. And this is the hat. And the hat is exactly the same size as the coat, and for this I chained 11. So that's all the pieces that I need. So now I'm going to sew all these pieces into tubes. So for the sleeves, I'm going to fold them in half. I'm going to thread a yarn end into a needle and sew up the side. So I'll do that to both of these sleeves. For the mittens, it's the same thing. I'm going to fold this in half, and then I'm just going to sew the seam. You don't have to sew the bottom, doesn't really matter. Okay, I have everything sewn into tubes. This is the coat, the hat, the sleeves, and the mittens. A hot glue gun is best for assembling this figure, but you can also use Elmer's glue. So I'm going to take a mitten, and I'm going to place it inside the sleeve, and you can either take a few stitches in there, or you can just take a dab of Elmer's glue and just put some on each end, hold it inside the sleeve. So I'm going to take my cone and I'm going to slide it in, some glue, and put some all along the bottom. Just going to take some yarn, I'm going to put it down like that, put each of the arms on the sides. I'm going to tie yarn right around like that. And I'm just going to put some glue under each one of these arms. So there's my sleeves in the body. To make the head, I just cut a piece from an old t-shirt. Bring these around like that, and I'm going to place some glue here. Just make sure this front part is nice and smooth. Now I'm going to take the hat and I'm going to place it on, and I'm going to put some glue underneath. I have a popsicle stick here. And I'm going to stick that popsicle stick inside the head. Apply some glue. I'm going to slide that popsicle stick right down into the cone, and I'm going to put glue all inside, all around, to secure that head down inside the cone. For the top of the hat, I'm just going to tie a piece of yarn around the top. To make the beard, I'm going to use some gray yarn. I'm going to wrap it around my 4 fingers. Cut another little piece. Tie this in a bundle. Cut the loops open. I'm going to attach this one here, and I'm going to make 2 more and attach them here. I'm going to put some glue underneath and glue that in place. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make 2 more for here, and I'm also going to make some to put all the way around to come down over the shoulders and down the back. Okay, I've gone ahead and I've glued the beard all the way around, and now I'm going to take some face blush and a little cotton swab, and I'm going to put some pink cheeks. And for the eyes, I'm just going to take 2 of these pins and I'm going to color them black with a permanent marker, like that. And then I'm just going to stick them right in, like that. And I'm just going to make 1 more little bundle for a mustache, like that. I have 3 buttons, and I'm going to glue those down the front of the coat. And I have some beads from a garland, and I'm going to glue those around the bottom of the hat, like that. I have some little bells here that I took off of one of my garlands. Because I left the bottom of these mittens open, I can tuck that right up inside, and I'm going to put some glue in there to hold those in. And I have a little bit of greenery that I just took off of one of my garlands to form a little wreath. And these came like this in a package. They have a little bit of gold wire attached, so I'm going to twist that on, and I'm going to hot glue that there. And I have this piece of ivy, going to put that around his head, and I'm also going to glue that there. Like a little cluster of those, glue those over here on the sides. Okay, I've gone ahead and glued that on. I could do more to it, but I'm going to stop there. And there you go. That's how easy it is to make this cute little Santa Claus figure. If you like this video, don't forget to click like, and please subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Hi everyone, this is Emmy. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet these. To make these cute little ornaments, you can just use various scraps of yarn in various colors. So I've just pulled out a few colors and I'm going to get started. Okay, I'm going to start working with this tan color from my center. I'm working with a 5mm crochet hook and worsted weight yarn. I'm going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch to join in the first stitch, and that will form a ring. Now I'm going to carry this yarn end along the outside of the ring, and then I can close the hole in the center. So I'm going to chain 2. 1, 2. And I'm going to make 12 half double crochet in the ring. To make a half double crochet, yarn around the hook, insert it through the center, pick up the yarn and pull it through, pick up the yarn, pull it through all 3 loops. So that's 1. So I'm going to make another 11 half double crochet in the ring. So that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, I have my 12th half double crochet in the ring. And there's my chain 2, and I'm going to just bypass that and slip stitch to join in the first half double crochet, like that. If I turn this over, I can pull that yarn and close up that hole in the center. And after I pull that nice and tight, I'm just going to tie these 2 together, and they're going to stay on the inside of the ornament. Now I'm going to insert my hook in any stitch, and I'm going to pull in a new color yarn, chain 2, 1, 2, and I'm going to make 2 half double crochet in this stitch. And again, in this pattern, I'm going to ignore the beginning chain 2. So that's 1 and 2. And I'm going to work all the way around. I'm going to make 2 half double crochet in each stitch. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so work all the way around. Okay, I worked all the way around. So there's my chain 2. I'm going to slip stitch to join in the top of the first half double crochet and fasten off. Insert my hook in any stitch, pick up another color yarn and bring it through, and then lock that in. And so now I'm going to make single crochets all the way around but I'm going to do a drop stitch every third stitch. So single crochet, and then a long single crochet all the way down there. I'm going to work that way all the way around. So single, single, then a long single. I'm going to work all the way around. Okay, I worked all the way around. At the end of the row, I'm going to slip stitch to join and fasten off. Tie all these yarn ends together like that. Now you're going to go ahead and make 2 of these, and there are your insides, and you're just going to place these together like this. Insert the hook through any stitch on both sides. You bring in a new color, going to pull that yarn through, lock it in, and now I'm just going to single crochet all the way around, joining these 2 discs. So just match the stitches and work all the way around, making a single crochet in each stitch like that, and go all the way around. Okay, I worked all the way around. At the end of the row, slip stitch to join in that first single crochet and fasten off. Now here's the beginning yarn from the beginning of that row. I'm just going to pull that up through that stitch and then tie these in a knot at the top, and I'll have a hanger for my ornament like that. And you could leave them plain like that, or if you wanted to make them a little fancier, you could sew in a button or a pearl or another little button. And there you go. That's how easy it is to crochet these medallion disc ornaments. So we have a chain of 24 stitches, and I like to have a point at the end of my icicle, so I just slip stitch in the first 3 stitches. Now to slip stitch, you just put the hook through and bring it through both stitches. Now I like to do that because I like to have just this little pointed area at the bottom of my icicle. So now what we're going to do for the remainder of this chain is we're going to make 4 single crochets in each stitch, and that's going to cause the work to curl. So we'll just get started doing that. So here's the first stitch after my last slip stitch. See that it has a little bump and it's going to start to curl. The next stitch is here, and I'm going to make 4 single crochets. Go to the next stitch, make 4 single crochets. Go to the next stitch, make 4 single crochets. Now you can see that the work wants to curl on its own. So we're just going to continue doing that all the way up the chain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to the next stitch, make 4 single crochets. Okay, so I've continued to do that same process of single crochet 4 in each stitch, and so far I've gotten this. I'm just going to finish up and I'll show you. Okay, so I'm almost at the end here, so I only have 1 more stitch in which to work in. I'm going to make 4 single crochets in that last stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so now I've finished right up to the end of the chain. I'm just going to go down into one of these openings, and I'm just going to slip stitch to join that. And you can just rearrange your icicle so that your folds are all working in the right direction. And so now we can chain to make a holder. We're going to chain 16, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And then we're just going to come right back down. We're going to slip stitch to join it right in the same position that we joined that top loop. So we just made a holder by slip stitching there to join, and now we can fasten off like that. And whenever I end very close to wherever I began, I like to just tie a square knot in my two ends of yarn like that. And now you can thread these yarn ends into a yarn needle and just work them back and forth here into the finished work. So here's how the finished icicle looks, and on the end here you could just sew any type of beads. I'm going to sew a little jingle bell on the end of this one. I just got a needle and thread here, and I'm just going to sew a little jingle bell. Take a few stitches there to make sure it's good and sturdy. Okay, so I've just tied 3 strands of curly ribbon on the top of the icicle, and then we can just go ahead and curl each one of these strands with the scissors. Just place the ribbon against the blade of your scissors and pull as you hold firmly. And now these ribbons can always be split. Usually, if you have the same brand, I think most of them do this. You can split them into 2. Just grasp it at the end and then just pull. So there's how your icicles will look in the tree. I'm going to show you how to crochet a quick and easy granny square angel ornament. To make these angels, and I'm working with cotton worsted yarn and a 5.5mm hook. Start with a slip knot, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch to join and form a ring. Chain 2, 1, 2, and that will take the place of the first double crochet. Make 2 more double crochet in the ring, 1 and 2. Now I'm going to make a corner, chain 2, 1, 2. Make 3 double crochet in the ring, 1, 2, and 3. Make a corner, 1, 2. Make 3 double crochet in the ring, 1, 2, and 3. Make a corner, chain 2, 1, 2. Make 3 double crochet in the ring, 1, 2, and 3. Make a corner, chain 2, 1, 2. Now find the top of that chain 2, and it's easy to find the top of your chain 2 if you just pull up and then you see the post. So slip stitch to join, and that's the first row, and you have 4 corners. So now I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to turn, and in this corner, in this chain 2 space, I'm going to make 2 clusters of 3 double crochet. So that's equivalent to the first double crochet. So make 2 more, 1 and 2, chain 2, 1, 2, make 3 more double crochet, 1 2, and 3. So there's your corner. Now go to the next chain 2 space and repeat this. So you make 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, 1, 2, and make 3 more double crochet in that same space. So 1, 2, and 3. Now that's your corner, and that's your other corner. Go to the next chain 2 space and repeat this. So 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3, chain 2, and then 3 more double crochet, 1 and 2 and 3. Go to the next chain 2 space and repeat 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3, chain 2, and 3 more double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. Now you're just going to go right over that chain 2 and slip stitch to join in the top of the chain 2, and that's your first granny square. And now I'm just going to make loops all the way around, and to do that I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the next stitch, 1, 2, 3. Now it's the next stitch is my corner, so just single crochet in the corner, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the next stitch, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the next stitch. And you're just going to repeat that all the way around. Okay, I worked all the way around. There's my last chain 3, and I'm going to slip stitch to join in the base of the first chain 3. So slip stitch to join, and now I'm going to fasten off, and I'm going to leave a long yarn end, and there's the finished granny square. Okay, to make this angel, I'm going to fold these 2 sides in like this, and I threaded the yarn end into a needle, and I'm going to attach these 2 sides like that, like that, and I'm going to use a little wooden ball for the head. I have 3 squares of bathroom tissue here. Place it in my hand. I'm going to just pour a little bit of water in, like that, and then pour some white glue in the center, like that. Now fold these in, add a bit more water, enough to saturate it, and then just roll it into a ball like that, and then you can let that dry and then paint it, and you'll have a little round face. And then for the halo, I took a piece of a pipe cleaner and I formed a loop like that, and then I took these and tucked it down like the head and brought that forward to form a halo, and I'll place that down inside, and I'm just going to put a little bit of white glue inside there, and that will hold the head in. And I have an ornament hanger here, and I opened the end and passed a few beads on, and now I'll attach that to the back and bend that back up like that. And I have a bow, and I'm going to glue that here at the neck, some hot glue on, and glue that there. To make the wings, I drew a shape of wings on some cereal box cardboard, and I placed that down and I traced around it. And this is a sheet of cardboard from a shirt, but you could just use cereal box, and you could just do it like that and follow the same procedure. Then I took some gold acrylic paint and I painted the wings. While the paint was still wet, I took some gold glitter and tapped that into the wet paint. Like that, and then I'll let that dry, and I'll shake off the extra glitter and cut them out, and then I can do the other side, just paint them in gold and sprinkle them with glitter. And then I'll take my wings, put some glue on my wings, and place my angel down into the wings. And there you go. That's how easy it is to make a granny square Christmas angel. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet a very easy wreath. To make this wreath form, I'm going to use 2 styrofoam plates that I have taped together. But before I did, I placed a round container over, drew a circle, and cut out the center. And then I taped them together like this. And then I stuffed the inside with some newspaper. If I was going to use this outside, I would stuff the inside with some plastic grocery bags or things that are not going to be affected by the weather. And the first thing I did was I worked a chain that I was able to wrap around my wreath form. And I bring it over and wrap it around the form so that it will reach. In the second stitch from the hook, you're going to make a single crochet, but in this pattern I'm using an extended single crochet, which gives you the height of a double crochet, but it doesn't use as much yarn. So to do the extended single crochet, you're going to pick up the yarn and just pull it through that very first stitch, and then pick up the yarn and pull it through the 2 loops on the hook. So again, you're going to insert the hook into the stitch, pick up the yarn and pull it through, then pick up the yarn, pull it through the first loop, pick up the yarn and pull it through the 2 loops. You're going to continue that way across the row, making extended single crochets all the way across. I'm going to work across the row, and then I'll come back and show you how to work the second row. Okay, I worked all the way across the row. And in this pattern, I'm working only in the back side of the stitch. At the end of the row, chain 2 and turn. Normally, I would chain 1 for a single crochet turn, but because I'm using the extended single crochet turn, it's almost like a double crochet. So again, this chain 2. So this chain 2 takes the place of that first stitch. So go into the next stitch, pick up the yarn, pull it through, pick up the yarn, pull it through 1 loop, pick up the yarn, pull it through both loops. And you're going to repeat that across the row, and you'll continue to do that until this rectangle is long enough that you can wrap it around the outside of the wreath form. And when you have this worked long enough that you can wrap it all the way around the outside of your wreath, slip stitch the 2 ends together to form a tube. Join all the way across. And that will give you a circular piece like that. And then you can fasten off with a long yarn end and place your wreath form inside. And then you can either slip stitch to join with your crochet hook and work all the way around, joining all this up, or you can do it with a yarn needle. And to make this little sprig for a decoration, you can either make your own or you can go to the store and buy something. But for this one, I just went outside and I got a few little twigs from my bushes. I just tied it around with a piece of yarn. And then I have these 2 sections of berries, so I'll place those there. And then I made a bow with some wire ribbon. I just wrapped some green pipe cleaner around. And then I can twist that like that. And then you'll have a nice decoration for the top of the wreath. And then you can decorate your wreath any way you like. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click like. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Today I'm going to show you how you can crochet these cute little ruffled Christmas trees. For the cones for your tree, you can either purchase styrofoam ones at the craft store. They have them at the dollar store. Or you can trace around any round object, then cut it out. And then you're going to fold it into 4. And each one of these segments will make a cone. So I have one here that I cut out of cereal box. You can use poster board or cereal box. And I just kind of get it started this way. And I put a row of tape along that end. I'm just going to bring the two ends together like this, and I'm going to tape it. And now you can open that back up like that. To make your cone more rigid, you can stuff it with just some crushed up paper. I'm using a 6mm crochet hook and worsted weight yarn, but you can use any yarn and any hook size that you like. So you're just going to make a chain, any length, it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to make a length and then I'll come back and show you. Okay, I made a chain and I made it 6 times as long as my cone. Single crochet in the 8th stitch from the hook. And then I'm going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet in the next stitch. Like that. You're going to do that all the way down the entire chain. So I'm going to go and do that and I'll come back and show you. Okay, I've gone ahead and I have chained 5 and single crocheted in the next stitch, and I did that all along the entire length of this chain. And I'm going to cover my cone with just some white printer paper, just in case it shows through. If you don't have a hot glue gun, you could use Elmer's glue. Put the Elmer's glue along and then lay a row down and then pin it right through to hold it while it dries. So I'm just going to place a little glue here, and I'm going to start with my first section. And remember to keep a pot of water handy so that you can dip your fingers in and you won't burn yourself. Put some glue. Just going to lay that in, and I'm going to work my way around. And I actually had exactly enough to make it to the top of my tree. But if I had run short, I would have just made another chain and done some more of this chain 5 loop. So now I can just cut those yarn ends off. And then I'm just going to tuck my glue gun in there and wet my finger and tuck those yarn ends in there. And there you'll have a cute little crocheted Christmas tree. And there you go. There's an easy way to make some cute little ruffled Christmas trees to decorate your mantle or your little Christmas village. If you like this video, please click like, please share on all your social media sites, and please subscribe if you haven't done so already.